Wow. Wow has to be the first thing that comes out of my mouth because of these guys behind me. Before I start and start with the program and we carry on, can I just ask everyone that's part of the event that's at the bridge, guys at the back, please come through. We're starting now, so if everyone can just come around and be here behind the cameras. Oh, you guys have the VIP seats here, so that's great. But for the rest, if you guys can come and just be here so that we can begin our program. Okay, are there still more? All right. Good morning and welcome everybody to this, auspicious occasion where we are striding for good with Johnnie Walker. The very first event in their quest of doing everything that matters where GBV is concerned for 365 days of this year. My name is Andile Siwi and I'm directing the program this morning. How is everyone feeling, first of all? Like, right? We can be louder than that. Come on. I've never seen this ever in my life. Yes. All right, Sakbon. Was this thought out? Can you see that striding man at the building right at the back there? Can you see that? How old is this? Does anybody know? How old? Guess? It's too old, right? Because you can see the words are almost. But for me, this is what says that this brand has always cared about what South Africa goes through. I've never been privy to what Johnnie Walker stands for outside of the drink until I spoke to a friend of mine and after I'd been approached and I met. And this friend of mine says, they're very quiet, but they're very impactful. So that, for me, keep walking South Africa, that must have been at a time when we needed to hear that message. Just like these 365 striding men here right now, I hear at the point that we need to hear a brand as big as this saying, enough. Enough is enough. If in a country the women and the children of that country are not safe, then that country is at war with itself. So to have a brand that says, okay, we don't know anything about this space, but we want everyone that is in this space to help us cut this or end this scourge. So before we go anywhere, I also just want to give a shout out to POWA, People Opposing Women Abuse. I've been working with this organization on and off for years, since 2002 when I started in the space. Open Disclosure, which is my foundation, they're not here, but one of our board members is here. Woo! I also want to give a shout out to Avon. I see Avon are here as well. Are they here? Woo! Yeah, that was cool. And I also know that there's Lifeline. Oh, is it just all right. If I'm leaving anyone out, somebody please tell me. Tswharanang. Yes, Tswharanang. And I need Tswharanang in my life. So, guys, these organizations that I've mentioned, for me, the intention is very clear. And anytime you do something with a pure and a clear intention, it'll land to the audience or the people that you want it to affect the correct way. So kudos to you guys for putting together some of these organizations that have been fighting gender-based violence in South Africa since way back. These are the people that will help you chart this path and that will help you do this properly, because that is what for me is important. All right. I am assigned duties. Somebody give this man water. Yes, please. And a seat. All right, so our opening speech. Okay, this is not working. Let me call upon Sandy Griffiths, who comes from Diego. And that, I guess, is the parent body, or it's a body that encapsulates some of the other brands, right, including Johnnie Walker, etc. So can we please put our hands together for Sandy to come and address us? That's our first speaker. Hey, Sandy.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Actually, it's still good morning, isn't it? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, when I got the first pictures of this awesome site this morning, I was physically in tears. Okay? This is powerful. This is beyond powerful. So on behalf of Diageo South Africa, I take pride in thanking a couple of people. The first is Miss Shoki Shabalala, I think. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. It's okay, I remembered you.
Yes.
DDG Social Transformation and Economic Empowerment. The NGOs that have come with us along on this journey. POWA, thank you. Lifeline, I think the guys are there, thank you. Million Men March and their members. Thank you to the program director for becoming part of this initiative. And most importantly, thank you to South Africans who are pledging their support every single day. Johnnie Walker has partnered with POWA, Lifeline, TLAC, and Million Men March to host this event in support of an abuse-free society by pledging to do what we can to eradicate the causes and effects of women and children abuse for not just 16 days. This should not be an activism for 16 days. We need to live this purpose for all 365 days. We facilitated this event and partnered with NGOs advocating for this cause to support the extraordinary effects in affecting real change in our communities, which is much, much needed. These 365, and to be precise, 6'2" men standing behind me, stand amongst us today to mark a powerful symbol of solidarity and signify a united society striving together for a better South Africa. Violence against women can be related to the irresponsible use and consumption of alcohol. The hashtag #StrideForGood event is an initiative championed by the brand Johnnie Walker, and I'm proud to be representing the brand to promote responsible drinking and combat alcohol abuse. As an alcohol brand, we need to be cognizant that in some cases, the misuse of alcohol can lead to physical abuse, which is a crisis right now in our society and our communities. By identifying the social, cultural, legal, and economic factors that influence violence, it is possible to predict its occurrence and thus to understand how we as individuals prevent this. Progress and striding for a better future has always been at the heart of Johnnie Walker. Ours is a brand 200 years old, with huge heritage behind it. And our legacy is innate with instilling and inspiring personal progress and progress within our communities and for next generations. Johnnie Walker's philosophy of inspiring progress has enthused many people all around the world. And it's for us to pursue our achievements, their achievements, all for striding for a better society for the future. We are very proud, extremely proud, to invite South Africans to pledge and contribute towards 365 days of activism for no violence against women and children by continuing to promote responsible drinking in our country. I thank you very much for your presence.
Thank you so much, Sandy, and you should definitely be proud to represent this brand. You know, when you say that seeing this brought tears to your eyes, I was driving through this way, and I saw it's closed here, and then for a second pulled over just to see, and just, yeah, it's a sight to behold. In fact, the impact is saying, because the issue here in South Africa is that as much as we can say alcohol, there's many issues that lead to sexual violence and physical abuse and all these other things. But at the same time, the call in South Africa now is for brothers to stand up. These are men walking somewhere. There's a destination. I was saying to I think it was Tandega or it was Nono, and I'm saying the tag itself, keep walking, to a survivor of sexual violence, to a survivor of whatever kind of abuse, says so much if you pack it, right? So that's where the agencies, the advertisers, what can come up with these. My brain is going insane just on that. Keep walking, because you can walk away from anything and everything. So as a rape survivor myself, I think this is part of why I was called to be, to partner, to come and be a part of this. There's a big case that's happening in my life right now. Tswharanang, legal aid, what, I need you. POWA, everybody in the gender sector, you know me, you know where I've worked, you know my story. It's come 360 now in my life. I'm going through the walk that all women in South Africa go through when they want to report a case. And it's not pretty. So I'm going to need everybody's support, because how that case turns out for me, it's a case that should change how the law views a survivor or a victim, how we are treated as men too, because there are men who also get raped in this country. So yes, it's about me getting my closure and other reasons that made me open this case all these years later. But I see that at the core of it, it's about us shifting paradigms. It's about our law taking the things that women go through seriously. It's about brands like Johnnie Walker and everybody else, Kaya FM, government departments, everybody that is a stakeholder in this, actually seeing this in a different light. 2017 was the hardest year in South Africa for women. We know that. Women were burnt, kidnapped, raped, children, some kidnapped. In fact, this very bridge, I was asking if the thought of putting this here, because I remember the first thought was union buildings, but the thought of putting this here, I don't know who did that, but I believe in God and I believe in energy. Us being here, this is a crime scene too. So for us to be here with all these men determined to say, this is our country, we love it, and not in my name is another child, another daughter, another boy gonna go through something so horrific while I'm here. So another round of applause for everybody that is involved in all of this. Everybody. So now, the Million Men, Million Men March representative. Bra Chris, where are you? Come tell us what you as brothers are doing. I hear that there's a parliament, what. Niya, parliament, abafana abancane nibenzani sense parliament. Come, tell us. But we need you there too.
Good morning. Would like to thank Johnnie Walker for inviting us to be part of this great initiative. Million Men March was started due to the fact of the scourge that was gripping this country. We like Andile said, 2017 has been the darkest year ever. We walk around every day ignorant of the fact that where you are walking is a crime scene. Every single woman who is here is a victim of gender-based abuse or crime in one way or the other. And as men or as brothers, we just walk away. That must stop, and the challenge is on every single one of us. Even women, yes, but a woman does not have to be afraid if a man is not a threat. So if as men we take this initiative and protect our women, raised our children very well, properly, with proper values, instill proper values, there is no way women will be afraid to walk through the night, especially on this bridge. Like she said, this is a crime scene. We hear a lot of stories of students who are walking here throughout every night. There's always something that is happening, and we must always be vigilant. We must always protect one another. And as much as we say we must protect women, we neglect the boy child. You see, if we raise the boy child to be a better man, we don't need to protect our women. That is how it is. And our politicians are also responsible for some of these problems that we are facing, because they are quiet, They will say what they say in the public platforms, but in their corners, in the nightclubs, in the rallies, in the whatever gatherings that they are in, they use women as object. They buy women lot of champagnes, lots of your Brazilian hairs and all those things. And a girl who cannot afford that, if you get her to taste that lifestyle and you dump her, where do you expect her to go next? She's going to go to the next rich guy who's going to maintain that particular lifestyle that she's used to because of you. We must raise our children to be responsible. We must raise our boys to be responsible. We must mentor our boys. We must make sure our boys go to school. We must make sure our boys treat their girl their sisters in a proper way. We must avoid this thing of also raising a boy to be strong and tough and all that. A boy must cry. Even a man must cry. It's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. You must release and move on. You keep walking. I always say, when a girl says no, if your girlfriend dumps you today, beg her not to leave you. If she doesn't, she insists on leaving, keep walking. Find another girlfriend. There's lots of them here. I'm looking for one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Bra Chris. Oh, Uncle Pay usekabi yaza. Le ntshebe yakho yakufaka intweni. All right. No, you're right, my brother. Women are as capable of protecting themselves as you are. Just don't touch me. That's all. You don't need to protect me. If you leave me alone, you do your thing, and I mean, we told that we are flowers, we are these things, we are breakable, we are fragile. No, we're not. We're not fragile. We're as equally capable as a man. We just deal with things differently. Men are taught to be physical. We are more here than being physical and heart, you know. So we're not asking to be protected. We're asking to be free, to walk wherever we want to walk, whenever we want to walk, right? But the message also should be clear with the advent of social media. Yo, young girls as well. Hey. Yeah, man. Nabo zodwa abantu. The next person, angifuna ukupolitika yabona, because we out here trying to build this country, trying to teach girls what it is to be a girl, and then there's other people, but it's a job. There's poverty in South Africa. I'm calling the next person, our next speaker. We know her, we love her, we see her in generations. I hear people, yeah, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? So she was just blessed with a beautiful bundle of joy. Please put your hands together for Latoya. She's got beautiful babies, and I know this is close to her, so she's gonna come and say something, something. Bathi umntana kaMangosuthu Buthelezi wena. Oh, no. Utoya, not Ulatoya. Right, no.
Yes, Toya Lazy.
Oh, wow.
Good afternoon. Wow, this is really, it's a wonderful day. This is a wonderful initiative, and I'm so happy that I have been given the opportunity and a chance just to share a few words with all of you. And I really hope that everyone will hear me out. Men, women, young, old, children, black, white, it doesn't matter who you are. I just think it's really important that we've all come here together today just to make a stand and to stand up against women and children's abuse, because we're all affected by it at the end of the day. Even if it's your next door neighbor who is being abused, it's not something that we can look away from. It's not something that we can ignore, because it does affect us all at the end of the day. Being asked to speak here today was a somewhat interesting journey for me. For one, I considered saying no, as speaking about my abusive past wasn't in line with my recent journey of love and forgiveness. That being love for myself and the people that really matter, and forgiveness for those who have done me wrong. The path of forgiveness came at a crucial time in my life. I was pregnant with our newest addition to our beautiful blended family and decided to take a nap one afternoon and woke up about an hour later with a flu that felt like it was there for a couple of days already. In that moment, I realized that I got sick so suddenly and so quickly because my energy levels were low. And my energy levels were so low because I went to sleep with so much anger on my heart. And it was scary to see how toxic that anger became to my body. It was a typical case of the power of the mind. I went to bed with an energy so negative that it poisoned my body. I then wondered how far this poisoning could go if untreated. And this is when I realized that this is how cancerous diseases, or diseases, as I like to call them, develop. That our anger consumes so much of us that over time it no longer has a release. And so it manifests and grows inside of the human body, causing a sickness that eats away at the body. That was my light bulb moment. And I honestly felt like I had come too far in life, that I've achieved too much, and that I have so much to be happy for, to let something like anger take up so much of my space and my being. So I slowly began my journey of forgiveness. Not an easy one, believe me, but one that is worth it. I slowly peeled away at the layers of resentment that had built up over time. Oh, and I'm not done yet peeling away at those layers. It's a process, but the load gets lifted with every layer peeled away, and it is exhilarating. I realized that forgiveness is not about the other person, but about me. It's not about becoming friends with the other person. It's about taking back my power, and it feels so good. I then zoomed in on our society and still stand by what I said when I became a point of target on social media platforms. We as women were all rightfully upset and are upset about the killings and abuse at the hands of our partner. But as a mother of 3 young boys who will soon be men, as a daughter to an amazing father, and as a wife to a loving man, I just couldn't support the hashtag all men are trash. I refused to let my sons grow up in a society where all they would know is that they are trash. Because I'm a woman who believes in the power of the word. And I wasn't about to speak power into those words and have my sons become trash, because that's all they heard growing up. Call me naive, call me too optimistic, but I would like to believe that there's a chance for at least some of our men to be different, to do differently. But it's going to take us as a society to work together towards that common goal. We might not be able to do much with our older men, but we have the power to raise our sons with a different mindset. But it's going to have to begin with us, the ladies. We know that we spend the most time with our children. So what is it that we are teaching them? That all men are trash and that's what they have to live up to? Or that they are special and kind and that we believe that they'll do amazing things with their life? Our children become what they hear, what they see, what they're exposed to. And we as their moms spend far too long exposing them to our unhealthy relationships with men who abuse us psychologically, verbally, physically, thinking that they don't see. But they see everything. So if that's your son's example of what a man does, that is what he'll become. So today I plead with women to wake up, to take a stand, to walk out. because you'll be saving much more than yourselves. You'll be saving our future generation from reenacting a life that they were exposed to at home. I urge our women to take control of their lives. So what? He can afford you the lifestyle that you can't afford yourself. So what? If that's so important to you, find a way to make it happen for you. I don't know, get a job. Get a what? Get a career. Something. But get out. Know and trust that abuse was never God's plan for you. He loves you too much to subject you to that kind of life. Love yourself enough to say, I deserve better. Can you say that? I'm beautiful. I'm special. And I respect myself. And anybody who's going to be with me is going to respect me. Simple. Aren't those nice, easy methods to live by? I think so. Today I remember our women and children who have suffered and died at the hands of a man. Today I take an oath to become their voice. Today I walk alongside my husband and my children with the hope of a better future. May our women find the strength that I found to make the right changes. May our innocent children be given a fair chance at a happier life. That's my prayer. My prayer as I embark on this new journey with Johnnie Walker, a journey that allows me to donate 50,000 Rand to a charity of my choice in partnership with Johnnie Walker. And the charity that I have chosen is Etembeni Children's Home. As I sign out, I'm just going to sing you like a little chorus from a song that I've written. And it's a song that's very, very important to me because I wrote it around the time when there were just so many media reports on so many young girls that were murdered, that were found, that were harmed. It was a horrible time in South Africa as a whole. And I just heard a melody that kind of brought healing to me. So I hope that it'll bring healing to you. Ngiyoqinisela noma kubi, ngiyoqinisela somandla, mina ngiyobambelela kuwe, soze ngilahle ithemba lami, ngiyoqinisela noma kubi, ngiyoqinisela somandla, mina ngiyobambelela kuwe, soze ngilahle ithemba lami. Thank you.
Shatile lo mntwana lo. Umthepho, Mr. Yes, we are watching you. Congratulations, guys. Yes. This is beautiful. But because the sun is beating down, right? The sun is beating down on us, so Tina banye si yellow asifuna kuba yabo. Excuse. All right, let me speeding right along. From Tswharanang, Bokang. Where are you? Can we please put our hands together for Bokang? Yes,
lady. Good afternoon. Dumelang. Sanibonani. It is good to be here. I would like to recognize our Deputy Director General, Ms. Choki Chabalala, the Johnnie Walker Management, and the media. My name is Bakam Munaise, and I'll be representing Tswharanang Legal Advocacy Center. One of our biggest challenges facing South African society. Okay. Yes.
Is that good?
Okay. One of our biggest challenges facing South African society is violence against women. A 2013 study conducted by Gender Links in 4 provinces of South Africa reported that all participants had experienced some form of violence, be it emotional, physical, economic, and sexual at least once in their lifetime, both within and outside their intimate relationships. In relation to national statistics, the South African Police Services reported 6,164 sexual offenses in 2017 alone. Although this data was not disaggregated by sex and age, we can safely assume that the majority of the victims were women. Despite progressive laws in place, many women and girls are exposed to these forms of violence in their homes, private and public spaces. Alcohol has been found to be one of the drivers of violence against women and children. A study that we as Tswharanang Legal Advocacy Center has conducted in Butlerose and Ranchville in Kuruman in the Northern Cape province found that excessive use of alcohol was associated with domestic abuse, rape, child negligence, underage drinking, early sexual debut, and teenage pregnancy. Parents complained of being abused by their children after excessively consuming alcohol. To address this, a number of interventions that included capacity building, advocacy focusing on provision of adequate services to survivors of sexual violence, as well as raising awareness on violence against women and children, included the dangers of alcohol abuse undertake. Violence against women and children is not a private matter, but a societal one. Therefore, all hands should be on deck. No one should turn a blind eye. No one should say it does not concern me. No one should say it does not happen in my family or relatives. The impact affects all of us in South Africa. This fight to end violence against women and children cannot be left alone on the government and civil society organizations alone. The business sectors cannot continue to bury its head in the sand and pretend that it is not affected. When a female employee is facing domestic violence at home or facing sexual harassment in the workplace, her productivity will be affected. When she spends her time going to court for maintenance, her concentration at work will be affected. Sustained multi-sectoral approaches need to be employed if we are to succeed in the fight to end violence against women and children. We would like to congratulate Johnnie Walker for taking the stand and say we are going to focus on our efforts to fight violence against women and children for 365 days. We are hoping that other companies will follow suit and partner with civil society organizations that are providing various much needed services, not only to prevent, but to also to respond to this human suffering. Amanda, away too. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Is everyone burning? We are going to be chicken licking just now. All right, so we are at the fun part because I know as a founder of an NGO how hard it is to secure funds to do the work that you're supposed to do. So anytime some person with lots of money comes around and says, there you go, keep walking and working, we are happy. So can all the NGOs that know, the Million Men March Group, Lifeline, Open Disclosure, POWA, Tswharanang. Can everybody come up now for the moolah, for those nice things? Yes. And please use this money wisely.
Yes, we will.
Our women, our children, they need this. Is this everyone? Okay, I'm going to step down and then... Wow, 2 ladies and a gentleman.
Yes.
All right, and then? Ipi mal.
Say for.
That's mal. Oh. Hey, when I'm out of order, when ene besingekho nawo izolo wena. was
They
speaking
giving
before.
something?
Yeah, they're supposed to give a
Okay.
check.
Oh, see.
Oh, there we go.
And can I have that blue file? That's fine. Okay. Program Director, the management of Johnnie Walker, the NPOs present today, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and good morning. Mine is a very simple task. You've been addressed on the most critical issue, and all the speakers are trying to say, let us garner support and work together in tackling gender-based violence. Whilst noting that this year marks 19 years since the United Nations adopted the 16 Days of Activism campaign for no violence against women and children, to us, this is a very important event in that we would like to give praise and recognition to all the NPOs present today who have walked this path and who didn't at any point decided to leave and drop everything and say, because of financial constraints and everything else, I am not going to walk this path any longer. So for me, on that note, I would really like to say you deserve a round of applause and give yourself that hand. Also, I would like to say you faced so many challenges and you continue to face those challenges in the midst of funds that are drying up, international donor funds. But again, I would like to commend companies like this one for assisting us and augmenting on that which the government is already funding to the NPO sector, because we do know that at the end of the day, these funds are going to assist us for you to add value to our communities and societies out there. Whilst noting as well that the vision of 2030 of the NDP and the United Nations SDGs are setting targets for us to address this problem of persistent discrimination against women and the patriarchal attitudes that plague society, we also faced with the three hojas that we all know: poverty, unemployment, inequality. But as we've been conducting dialogues with communities out there during this period, they also raised other social pathologies, and amongst them is the whole issue of alcohol abuse. They've requested that kindly assist us in this area of work, and we would like to see more programmatic interventions on your part, helping us either in terms of talking to the young ones not to even dare and drink at all, or the very ones, adults that are already drinking, that please, if you cannot take care of yourself, seek help and seek assistance from the very NPOs. They can help you, but also do drink responsibly so that you take charge in that household. In addition, patriarchy continues to deny women opportunities to live their lives that they desire most, including issues pertaining to social, cultural, religious, and educational barriers, which limit the scope for women and advancements as well as independence. This financial injection by the private sector for us is a step in the right direction. We welcome this gesture as it augments the funding that is already dispersed by the various government departments. As I conclude, we must be worried about what has happened in our psyche as a society. We need to integrate values of Ubuntu with our democratic values, and these values must be reflected into our actions and into our various programmatic interventions. Otherwise, if you don't walk this path with us, like we see behind us, these men behind us, then freedom would be meaningless if women and children cannot walk freely in the streets. Freedom will be meaningless if our children cannot play freely in their neighborhoods. Freedom will be meaningless if the home is no longer a safe place to be for any woman and a child. Where else will we turn to if our own households are no longer becoming safe havens, but are the ones that actually are bringing shame and horror to all of us? Your programs are really adding value in realizing this objective. Dare not lose hope and courage, as you are a source of inspiration and a pillar of strength to many. Keep walking, don't look away, count us in as a department, and we will count you in as well as a partner. I thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I actually wanted to introduce this lady because this is my mentor. This is one powerful lady in the midst of whatever's happening in South Africa. So, when I think about her being in government, holding the position that she does, first at social development and now at the Department of Women, I know that we are safe. Because it's not a group of people who are educated and not here with us on the ground and responding accordingly. So when Usis Shoki gives a stamp to something, she's an activist. Besides, are you a politician? No, but you know, someone who holds these issues dear. So thank you so much, DGG, for gracing us and being here. All right, Sandy, have you got that thing that's gonna make us smile?
Can you hand it over?
Let me come this side.
Guys, you must wait for me as well. I need a picture as well. Eh? Thank you.
Does it still work? It's off now. Is it off now? What? 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, please. Turn it around. All right. I just wanted to take this moment to thank everyone for coming through. And one more time to thank Diego, to thank Johnnie Walker, and Kanya. I have to thank you guys because you listen and you go back and you do. And that's what today, this is it, right? This is amazing. So can we, for the last time, give this entire event a huge round of applause. This is a powerful thing in South Africa during the 16 days of activism. And we're going to hand over a pledge of what this entire thing for the next 365 days, what we are saying, the seriousness of this campaign that's going to follow. So, DDG, walk yourself over to that striding guy over there. He's got a gift for you. And he's gold, guys, eh? Have you had Johnny Gold? You have not. Ibisi rayide ngongibuze ngizoxoxela. uNkulunkulu usebenza ngalezo indlela. So that is a memorandum of, you know, I haven't read it, but I can tell that it encompasses everything that this beginning is about, because this is a beginning. And so from here, we keep walking, right? Sithi phansi ngokubulawa kwabafazi eSouth Africa, phansi. Phezulu ngomama nabantwana, phezulu. Phezulu ngeJohnnie Walker, phezulu. Be safe during these 16 days, and in December, drive safe. And when you do go out, buy yourself that drink. Ladies, come on. Stop waiting for some guy to buy yourself this thing. Take your life back into your hands and decide, because after you buy yourself that drink, you will decide where you're going to sleep that night, okay? Nobody else. This is where it ends. Is there anything else? You want to read it? That would be nice. I think so. Please come. I'm a player, Sabah. As a shower lightning, I'm a player.
I hereby acknowledge receipt of the pledge, and it reads as follows. Today we make a pledge to hashtag #strideforgood, to stride for the abused, neglected, starving, and humiliated, our women and children who face physical and emotional violence every day. We stand for a peaceful and safe environment in our homes, at work, and in our schools and our streets. We stand alongside our sisters and brothers. Together we will break the cycle of violence, not only for these 16 days, but for all the days to come. Because we know that what we start today will change our tomorrow. Today we pledge to change the world we live in, to act responsibly, live responsibly, and drink responsibly for our women, our children, and the good of our country. This is our promise. Keep walking, South Africa. Hashtag #strideforgood. I thank you.
Now that is power right there. Are we done? Is there chicken licking somewhere? No? Is there a bottle somewhere? The gold one? No? Is there a blazer somewhere? Nah, we don't want those. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for gracing this occasion. And let us all go back to our spheres of influence, that place that you hang out at. Now, brother, uhleli lapho phansi. Mawubuyele lawo yabona. Fika ubatshele ukuthi women and children must be safe. Thank you, everyone. Cheers, bye.